I think we should bring up unless you have anything else, I would like to bring up Monday Night Football
Oh my
this
God.
week.
Yeah. I was just about to say we have to talk about like probably the greatest football game this year.
That was so much fun.
I was jacked about it last week.
Well, we
If
talked about it. It's
anyone,
like
yeah,
we couldn't wait to watch that. And it's like the
yeah,
first time I could remember being excited about a Browns game or a Ravens game.
yeah, right, exactly. Like a Browns Ravens matchup. Like I'm like, this game is like the perfect billing. And I thought, I thought I was only gonna be wrong 1 week with the upset special because it looked really good when the Browns went ahead by 1 point, and then the unthinkable occurred.
Well, they tied
And
it. They tied it, and then
no, they tied it, but they went ahead by a point, and then they went ahead by a point because they did the 2 point conversion earlier, and they were ahead by a point, and then the
well,
Ravens
yeah,
went down and scored, and then they went back down and scored and
yeah.
tied
I
it.
guess it depends on
Yeah,
what. There was
yeah,
20 points scored in the last 2 minutes of the game. So
yeah.
yeah, whatever
But where,
timeline you pick up at.
yeah, but where it gets incredible is uh Lamar Jackson leaves the game and everyone's like, holy shit. And at that point, I'm like, oh man, my upset special is in the
It's
bag.
funny because Lamar Jackson leaving the game is going to be my shit you couldn't make up, but we'll get to that after this.
Um, I basically just realized I was going to talk about this, and probably one of my things is really a shit you couldn't make up, also. But um,
Well, that's another one, but
so yeah, so it's funny, it's
go
related to
ahead.
this game. But so Lamar Jackson, they show a video of him like going into the locker room, and the angle it's taken from, I was confused whether he was actually going in or coming back out originally. So then you see him coming back out, and I'm like, oh shit. So he comes back out
Literally.
with with um a couple minutes left in the game. He comes in for a fourth down play after, I don't even remember who the rookie they put in was.
Well, he got hurt
And
too. Like he tweaked a knee
yeah,
or something.
yeah,
So they
he
were
tweaked
like,
his knee. I don't know what the diagnosis is on him, but who really fucking cares? But anyway, so he comes in on a fourth and like, was it freaking fourth and 14 or something? It was a ridiculous amount of yards. And it looks like he's going to get sacked. And instead he scrambles and throws a freaking touchdown pass.
yeah, it was
It was
unbelievable.
like, it was just like, you couldn't have wrote a better, like, run out of the locker room and throw a touchdown pass. Like, just crazy ass shit. And then, of course, Cleveland comes down and ties. Then he gets the ball back with like a minute something. And the minute Cleveland scored that quickly, I went, they're going to lose. They're losing this football game because he's just going to march him down the field. And sure enough, he marches down the field. Field goal is made. Here's where the shit you couldn't make
That's what
up
I thought
comes
you were
in.
getting to with this.
Here's where the shit you couldn't make up comes in. With 2 seconds left on the clock, the Browns try this stupid ass play where all they do is run backwards. So right now the game is 45-42, and everyone who has bet the spread on this game is kind of like, well, who cares? It's a push.
It was three. There was 3.5 in some places I saw. That's
Yeah, well,
that's where it got tricky.
but it was -3. It was -3 to -3.5, depending, and it's plus or negative either way. These fucking assholes, like, it didn't affect me any, but I was laughing hysterically in the bed, watching in my room. Freaking, then they run out of they get the safety, and millions of dollars get swung the other
Steve
direction.
Steve Levy even made a thinly veiled comment to it. He's like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like a lot of people are freaked out about this, but it was unbelievable.
He
I didn't think about any of the gambling ramifications, but what? So that was that your upset special that last
Yeah,
week?
but I said to take the Browns straight up. So when there was only like when there was Lamar Jackson out of the game and they were up by a point at that one point, I was like, "Oh, I got this." And then they got the ball back, still leading a point, but they went 3 and out. Like,
Right,
it was like everything worked against them towards the end of the game. But
just the safety.
not only did Levy made that comment, but did you see Van Pelt
Yeah,
when
Van
he came
Pelt
rid
came
of
in.
Van
Well,
Pelt?
because he's got the famous segment, Bad
Yeah.
Beats, that he's had on his radio show for decades before Sports Center even. He just came out and was just like smirking. He's like, that's why we've got
That's
the
why we do. It was so great.
that was so classic.
So yeah, that would have been my shit you couldn't make up from the game.